Hello everyone, welcome back to this lecture. Today we are going to discuss a very important topic in geotechnical and structural engineering, and that is foundation performance requirements. Whenever we design a building, bridge, tower, retaining structure, or any heavy civil engineering structure, the first thing we need to ensure is that the foundation performs properly throughout the life of structure. A foundation is not just a block of concrete below the structure. It is actually the interface between the structure and the supporting soil or rock. Every load from the structure, whether it is dead load, live load, wind load, seismic, or machinery vibration, is ultimately transferred through the foundation into the soil. Now, for a foundation to perform successfully, it must satisfy four major requirements. The first one is the strength, second is serviceability, third one is constructability, and the fourth one is economy. If any of these requirements is ignored, problem can occur. For example, poor strength may lead to failure or collapse. Poor serviceability may create cracks or settlement. Poor constructability may create site execution issues, whereas poor economy may unnecessarily increase project cost. So, in this lecture, we will study all these requirements in detail and understand how professional engineers approach foundation design in real project. Now, let us talk about the role of foundation in civil engineering. Let us first understand the basic role of foundation. The primary function of a foundation is to transfer the structural load into the grounds. But while doing this, it must ensure that the soil is not overstressed. For example, imagine constructing a high rise building on soft clay soil without proper foundation design. The soil may compress excessively, causing settlement and tilting. Foundation also help in preventing excessive settlement. It also improves stability against overturning and sliding. It resists uplift forces. It distributes concentrated loads also. Now, depending upon the soil condition and the depth of a strong strata, we may use either shallow foundation like isolated footing, combined footing, strip footing, or raft that we have already studied, or we may go to the deep foundations like piles and caissons. Now, now let us talk about the biggest factors affecting foundation performance, that is the supporting soil, that is ground condition. As civil engineers, we cannot design foundations safely without understanding the ground conditions properly. And that is why geotechnical investigation is extremely important before construction begins. Some important soil related factors include bearing capacity of soil, soil composition, and groundwater level, whereas compressibility, shear strength, and soil stratification are also important. For example, dense sand and rock provide excellent support, whereas soft clay or loose fill may cause large settlement. Groundwater is another major issue. If groundwater table rises above foundation level, then uplift pressure may develop. In some cases, lowering of water table excessively can also create subsidence problem. That is why soil investigation reports are essential before selecting the foundation type. Now, If I am talking about load related factors, then foundation are actually subjected to different type of forces depending on the structure. That may include vertical compressive loads or tensile uplift forces, shear forces or bending moments, or even torsional forces. For example, columns usually transfer only concentrated loads. Walls transfer distributed load, whereas machines may produce dynamic vibration loads. So, engineer must study the magnitude of load, duration of load, nature of loading, and also the load combination. Whereas, if I am talking about the main performance requirements for a footing or foundation, then the first one is the strength, second one is serviceability, third one is constructability, and the fourth one is economy. A good foundation design balances all these four requirements simultaneously. For example, a very strong foundation may still be unacceptable if it becomes too expensive. Similarly, an economical design is useless if it cannot provide safety. Professional engineers always optimize the design instead of focusing on only one of these parameters. Now, let us talk about all these four one by one. First one is the strength requirement, and a foundation must be strong enough so that catastrophic failure does not occur under any expected loading condition. There are mainly two categories. The first one is the geotechnical strength, and the second one is the structural strength. Geotechnical strength relates to the failure of soil. Structural strength relates to the failure of foundation elements like concrete or reinforcement. So let us talk about the first one, and that is the geotechnical strength. It is directly related to supporting soil or rock strata. One of the most important concept here is the bearing capacity. If the applied pressure exceeds the soil's shear resistance, then the soil may fail, and this is called bearing capacity failure. To avoid this, engineers calculate safe bearing capacity, use appropriate factor of safety, perform settlement analysis also, and conduct field and laboratory tests. That all we are going to cover up in our upcoming lectures. Modern methods may use ASD method, that is allowable stress design, or LRFD method, that is load and resistance factor design method. Now let us talk about structural strength. Here, when we are talking about structural strength, remember here that soil is strong enough, but foundation itself must also resist all its internal forces safely. Foundation elements experience compression, bending, shear, punching shear, and all. Therefore, proper reinforcement detailing becomes extremely important. For example, footings require bottom reinforcement due to bending. Pile caps resist heavy concentrated loads, whereas raft foundation distribute load over large area. So poor detailing may result in cracking or structural collapse. So we have to actually follow the structural design codes such as ACI or Euro codes or IS codes. Now, let us talk about serviceability requirements. It is another extremely important requirement because sometimes a structure may not collapse but it still becomes unusable due to excessive movement or settlement. Some common serviceability problems include cracks in walls or uneven floors, tilting of structures, sticking doors and windows. Differential settlement is especially dangerous because different parts of the building settle unevenly. Foundation must also resist heaving, groundwater movement, soil creep, chemical attack, or even sulfate attack. Now, if I'm talking about constructability, then a design may look excellent on paper, but if it is difficult to construct practically at field, then it may also create serious site problems. Constructability means it should be easy to execute. It should use some materials that are easily available. It should allow proper concreting and compaction. For example, very congested reinforcement in footings may prevent proper concrete placement. Similarly, deep excavation in urban area may cause safety issues also. So now let us talk about next requirement, and that is the economy requirement, and that is a final performance requirement because it can make your project expensive. Therefore, engineers must design economically without compromising the safety. Now, this does not mean that making the cheapest design, but it means to achieve safety, durability, serviceability, and cost efficiency along with that. Over design waste materials and money. Under design creates a risk and future repair cost. So, professional foundation engineering is actually about optimization, achieving the safest possible design at the most reasonable cost. Now, let us talk about some modern foundation design practices also. Foundation engineering has advanced significantly in recent years. Today, engineers use geotechnical investigation softwares, finite element analysis, 3D modeling, soil structure interaction analysis, settlement monitoring systems also are available. Whereas ground improvement techniques such as stone columns, soil stabilization, grouting, vibrocompaction are also used. Instrumentation and monitoring during construction also helps engineers to detect problems early. Now, let us talk about some common foundation failures. Here, some common foundation failures include bearing capacity failure or excessive settlement, differential settlement and tilting, score failure when the foundation is in the running water, liquefaction during earthquake or vibrations. So, these are some important foundation requirements that you should consider while designing the foundation. Now, let us conclude this lecture here. Foundation performance is one of the most important aspects of civil engineering. A good foundation must be strong, it should provide good serviceability, it should be constructible and remain economical. Successful foundation engineering requires proper soil investigation, structural analysis, practical construction knowledge, and engineering judgment. Also, remember, even the strongest superstructure becomes useless if the foundation fails. So, that is why foundation engineering forms the backbone of safe and durable infrastructure. So keep all this in mind and we will meet again in our next lecture. Till then, keep learning, keep growing.